So I built this little bulldozer, I don't know, like 10 years ago or something. And these are the original batteries. They're all dead. I used it for a while. And then, you know, the speed controller stopped working and some other stuff had problems. And then I stole the motor out of it to put in my planer. And a couple days ago, I was like, you know what? I want to get this thing going again. So I put a new motor in it, and this motor actually solves one of the problems it had before. The chains aren't supposed to go, I don't remember what the speed is, but they're not supposed to go super fast. And when I had a motor running right on the chain, full speed, you know, it was kind of exceeding recommended RPMs. This motor, however, has built-in gears, so I was able to take out one of the sprockets that was actually right through here and just run this one directly at a much lower speed. Totally acceptable. Now the speed controller on this thing was a speed controller I got out of a sailboat. So it doesn't matter why. It worked and everything. But, you know, it's one of those complicated, super electronical speed controllers that took up, like, this entire area, and there were wires everywhere. Oh my God, it was just ridiculous. So I did what I've done to all my boats, which is make a switch with a few different contacts and a resistive coil. So when I'm running low speed, electricity comes through here, wastes a bit of itself. So my switch now, if I go reverse, it only goes slow speed. That's the electricity going through the coil. If I go forward, it'll go slow speed. And then if I push it all the way to here, that's just directly motor connected to the, motor connected to the battery. So yeah, that's the most efficient way you can run anything. It's just, you know, short circuit it right to the thing. Not that it's short circuited, but, you know, skipping any speed controls or anything like that. And what else? Oh, so I put this battery in here because those ones are kind of long dead. I mean, they were already used before I had them in here. This one's a lot lighter, which is nice. Oh, and this motor is only about 1/4 horsepower. The original motor was 1 horsepower. However, when I used to drive this, I found I would always drive like really low throttle. Because if I put it to full throttle, it just sounded like the thing was gonna fly apart, you know, it was too fast. So I should be able to run this motor at full speed, and that should be a good speed, I think. And I just got the last wire connected, and I think I can test it. Oh, this does have a lid right here, but let's just, and I can put the steering together in a second. Let me just check that everything's, yeah. There are two things I want to check. One is that the speed is reasonable. Walking speed is totally fine. It's like it's supposed to be super strong, not fast. So, okay, that's the slow speed. And another thing I have to do is make sure that on the slow speed, it's not jerking the motor. So I don't want it to like. That's why I can't put it straight into high speed, because it would just be too much. It doesn't matter. It's a soft start. Look it up. All right, so that's slow speed. That's full speed. Seems totally fine. Now, I think that speed is perfectly acceptable as long as it's unbelievably strong. So, all right, that's low speed. Yeah, so on low speed, that pushes me like nothing. So on full power, I think that's actually really good. The motor being 1/4 horsepower roughly matches the solar panel. So if I'm driving this when the sun is out, it's not actually using any energy from the battery. And right now it's charging. And yeah, it says it's still full charge. So I don't really need a bulldozer as much anymore. So I want to do some other things to this. Well, one idea is to drag logs out of the jungle. So I need to make it so it can get on my boat, drive off my boat onto my bigger piece of land where there's jungle, have some kind of trailer or something so I can hook a log up to it and drag it through the jungle. Like a log I wouldn't be able to move by, or I mean I could move them by hand, but you know, it takes forever. If I could just drag it, yeah, if I could just drag it at that speed, that would be great. Oh, and I have this other car over here that goes faster, so that'll be for faster stuff. This is just for like when I need just maximum strength. And I also want to change the thing in the front. So the thing in the front right now is like just basically a bulldozer pusher. It can scoop a little bit, but I think I want to make it so we can like scoop and like lift stuff and dump stuff, because that would be much more useful now. All right, I gotta check on. Oh, you know what? Let me check my kill switch. Oh, good, still works. Beautiful. Leave it off. All right, I'm gonna put the lid on and just test the steering. See how the steering goes. I made a new steering wheel. Oh, right, I can also zip tie all my wires in place now that I know they're in the right places. Hold on. The steering on this thing is a little bit weird because I wanted to try something. I had an idea. All right, I need to put that bolt in to hold the steering wheel. Well, actually, so the steering wheel will actually turn the stuff inside. Okay, so the way the steering works is, I think for every rotation, the bulldozer turns like 3 degrees or 2 degrees or something. And it's just, this is connected into the gears, and there's some complicated nonsense in there that makes it so, like this just turns one set of wheels forward and the other set of wheels backwards, and it adds into the forward and reverse speed. So, and the reason I wanted to do that, well, partly because I just like to test out weird things. But what it does is it very precisely adds the speeds together so every wheel is doing the exact right thing. You know, like if you drive a car with a differential, one side is in mud and the other side's not. The side in mud will just kind of spin. This, every wheel is like not independently, but like individually powered. So when I turn this, it adds a certain amount of speed to both wheels on this side and a certain amount of reverse speed to both wheels on this side, and it adds into whatever this is doing. So I'm not sure if I want to keep this steering or if I want to change it, because the steering is very slow. Again, it's super strong. Like I turn this, it turns the entire thing, no problem. And like, yeah, it's really strong. But it's not fast. But is it fast enough? It might be fast enough. Because with a machine like this, I don't need to drive fast. I just need it to be, I need all the wheels to be very precisely controlled and very strong. So maybe it's fine. I did change the steering wheel. It used to have a way crappier steering wheel. Just ignore all the ropes that have been stored up here. You know, this front scoop is actually not bad. I would like it a little longer in the front though, so we could scoop up more. And the way it scoops is there's this handle here is just connected through some, you know, levery stuff. So, you know, you have some mechanical advantage there. And I can make that lift a little more. And right now it has no up and down, because when I was using it as a bulldozer, I would just, like right now it's got these blue things under this pipe that just it holds it in that level, and I would just kind of set it at a certain level, and then when I'm bulldozing, this was enough control, enough height control. But now, if I want to start scooping stuff and picking it up, I want to make it so this can actually lift, like go up and down. Yeah, I need to make it so it can do that. Now I have 4 of these things. They're linear actuators, so you put 24 volts DC in here, and this will push this out. And I'll push it out 6 inches with a maximum force of 665 pounds, apparently. 6 inches, it'd be nice if we could go further than that. However, 665 pounds, if I have 2 of them on that front thing, you know, 1 on each side, you know, it'll be over 1,200 pounds. But then I could move them back a little bit so the you know, they have the leverage to lift it higher without as much strength. So maybe I can get 7 or 8 inches at like 1,000 pounds, which is, oh, that's plenty. 1,000, I don't need 1,000 pounds. So yeah, I think these will actually do it. All right, let's see how fast this thing moves. This is only like 18 volts, but don't do this at home. Ah, that's plenty fast. It's pretty slow. Man, it's strong. Yeah, that's nice and strong. I do hear the motor working a little harder when I do that. Now, is it going to stop at 6 inches, or can it break itself? That's something I need to know. I'm going to be ready if I hear a terrible sound to disconnect. Wait. Was that about to stop itself? Oh, okay, it does stop itself. Nice. I think it's time to clear all this crap off now that we got it working again. It's not a storage unit anymore. I washed off the solar panel because it got all, well, it looked about like this. You know, need to clean this one off next. Oof. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna work on this car soon. That's gonna be the faster mobile. This is the Mega Stronger. Okay, so I just need to connect these 2 arms up to this. This thing is super strong. It's triangulated between that and these 2 very nice strong pieces. Yeah, that is strong. I actually originally made this part so that I could do exactly what I'm gonna do. All right, there you go, camera. Now you have an umbrella. Can't leave the camera out in the sun here. In the tropics, it's just too hot. All right, I think I want the motor part up at the top. Sounds reasonable to me. So I just have to connect that up there. And dude, it looks like it's about the right length and everything. Can you do that switch up for a second? test this one up. Okay, this is a 250-pound weight test. You should be able to hold a lot more than that since it can lift itself. But don't worry about that. Can you lift me up? Make sure you get both sides. This one's lower. Whoa.
Are you getting lifted?
It is totally lifting me, yeah. Wait, this side's not going. Okay, then. Nice. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Now what are we gonna do?
Drive it around?
Now we gotta take it over to the farm and start making some trails. That's what we need to do. Oh, right, and we gotta zip tie up our wires so they're not dangling all over the place.
Oh yeah, you don't want to trip on them.
You can drive, just don't wreck this wire. Well, and then we're gonna have to go, ow, down this path, widen it a little, level it all out better. I actually want, okay, so this path goes gradually all the way down, like way down there. And I want it to come gradually and just keep going, ignore the stuff, going around the kayaks and then come up to the lumber mill. So that way, if I have big logs, I can drag them up a gentle slope all the way around right into the lumber mill. Oh, that's so good. We'll be able to get exact, like, levelings of ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, full speed ahead! Woo! Woo! Yeah!